This is teaching Bishop Willie Dixon of a Cry for a Generation ministry. We're glad to be coming into your home by way of the internet, by way of DVD. We thank God for this opportunity to preach a message to you today. We're going to talk a little bit about marriage. In the book of Genesis, it speaks about marriage. Man is to marry and leave his wife, leave his mother and father, and cling to his wife. Also in the book of Matthew, the 7th chapter of 1 Corinthians talk about marriage. So marriage is an honorable thing. The book of Hebrews speak about marriage and say marriage is honorable and undefiled in the bed. It's God ordained marriage for a man and a woman that we could reproduce and have a family and teach them his way. Bring them up in his way, in his teaching, that we could grow strong, have love, have fellowship, and have unity. We want unity in the government, but unity first has to be in the home. We want unity in the church. Unity first has to be in the home. We have people in the church preaching and doing everything, but they have no stability at home, no love, no oneness, no united front at home. And that weaken the ministry, that weaken politics when you don't have unity at home and peace at home. Now, I have always known by the time I was 10 years old, two things that I wasn't going to do. And one of them was to have kids everywhere I went in the world. I know people, everywhere they go, they have a kid. They have a 2 kids, 3 kids. And end up you having 10, 12 kids, maybe more, all over where you done been. If you went to Chicago, Michigan, California, St. Louis, Florida, wherever you went, you got kids. I always knew I wasn't going to do that. And the second thing I knew, that I wasn't going to shack. Now, the reason I said that at the age of 10, I didn't understand the principle of shacking versus the principle of being married. Now, when I grew up and really got a good look at it, I feel the same way I have always felt. Because a woman loses when she shack. She young, she pretty, she got everything going her way, and she move in with a man, and they set up house, and everything go north. He ain't gonna. Most of the time, he won't respect her, won't holler marry. If you stay with her more than a year and don't marry her, the chances are that they won't get married. Now, sometimes you have people stay together 10, 15 years, they'll get married 20 years, but the odds are they won't if you stay after that first year. If you go to a court of law, trying to recoup something that you done put in a relationship, you done bought a house, a car together, you done bought property together, and you're not married, usually the man family gonna get everything that you got if he died, or vice versa. But if you're married, you got an agreement in writing that you all belong to each other and you have the right to each other's property. That's why the gay movement is so set on being married, because they have partners. They want something insurance, they want some of the property, and they know if they were married and they were signing on the dotted line, that they have access to it, even to the health care that their partner have. That's why they want to get married. But you have us that say we straight. We don't want to get married. We don't see the benefit in it. But let me go just a little further. When we're married, it's a commitment to each other to love, to honor, and to cherish each other, and put each other above any other person. No other person have the right to to me if I'm married. No other person have the right to my wife if she married to me. We have the right to each other, and it is honorable in God's eyes. God honor it, and God validate it with blessing and prosperity. And God will give us what it takes to weather the storm when they come. Now, a lot of people have excuses for getting married, saying, "Well, I don't want no man telling me what to do." A man said, "Well, I don't want no woman telling me what to do." Well, as long as you in this world, in this life, somebody gonna tell you what to do. I don't care if it's your husband or your wife or your government or your church or uh, your boss or whoever, but somebody gonna tell you what to do. Now, since we got that out the way, when you marry, you got benefits. When you get older, you have somebody that can help you and look out for you. You have somebody in life through the trials of life, through the trouble of life, even through poverty, through hardship. You have somebody that loves you and looking out for your interests. We forget all about that. Solomon said, if you got two, they are stronger and they can fight and they can help the other. If one fall, the other can lift them up. If they cold, they lie together. They can have warmth. If you have a few dollars here and you have a husband, you can put that together and you can do more with it than you could one person. Especially back in the days that people had to work the land for a living, have to plow and till the land, and have to gather fruit, have to hunt, have to keep the house and so on. That's why you had uh, uh, the lady responsibility was the house and raise the kid. The man responsibility was to go out and get food, get meat, get build a shelter because he was stronger body wise. His body was stronger, and it was served for something that women can do. Tote the deer back home, go and 2 or 3 men pull a hog back from the wood or whatever. But you had men that could get out there and do it. You had the women hold the house down, teach the kid, show the kid, nurture the kid, and bring them in a way that they should go. Have respect for God and have respect for humanity. We got now in a single parent marriage, a single parent home. Uh, Everybody talking about, well, single mother can raise kids. Sure they can. But it's much better when you got a man, you got a husband that can teach your kid how, whatever profession he have, whether he a painter, whether he a brick mason, whether he a farmer, whether he a politician, he can teach his kid. And they can follow in his footsteps. But you ball player or whatever, in sports, you got somebody to teach the kid. Boys are sort of hard-headed and want to do what they want to do, and they butt everything. And you have a man that know how to deal with that, and he can put his feet down. Most of the time, a child will listen to the man with more respect and honor than he will with his mother. Hardly ever a woman got that same force that a man have, but you have some of them have that. But it's better to have the man. Then you look for, when you're a single parent, you need a role model. You need, and this is what killing us. We need a role model. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, some entertainer, some sports figure, some musician, and we're looking for a role model. Well, your father be your role model. Your parent be your role model. Your mother and father be your role model, and teach you what to do and how to do it, and teach you respect and love and dignity, and how to treat all men, how to treat humanity. See, marriage have its benefit, but see, we play it down. We'll say, people don't stay married no way. They get divorces, and I don't see no reason to get married because people get divorced. Well, if you look at it that way, we don't see no reason to live if you're gonna die. People say, well, look, I want to live. I want to have kids, and I want to live. But you're going to die. So if you look at it like, well, we get married, people have divorce, well, that's just part of life. Sometimes that happens. So you can't just base marriage upon because people get divorced. A lot of times we get divorced because we immature when we get married, and we don't respect our wife, and we don't respect our husband, and we don't give them the respect that they do. Everybody do respect. And when you marry, I'm a man, I'm married. I have no business going out to the juke joint or the nightclub or nowhere else and stay all night long, except 2 hours before the dawn of the day, and then come home. Do this every night or 3 or 4 times out of the week, and expect a marriage to be strong. It ain't gonna happen. You say, well, why can't we do this? Because you have you responsible to somebody else. You are accountable to somebody else. Same way your wife is. You don't want your wife going out, stay 2 or 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then come back home to you. She not working, you ain't working, and you out that late. Marriage is a commitment. We don't want to be committed to each other. We want to have a lady friend. That's how we put it now. A woman, a man friend. Cause I can do what I want to do, and I ain't responsible to nobody. Well, if you shacking with somebody, you're responsible to them because you can't go out and do anything you want to do. And if you do that, you're gonna have trouble, and you're gonna get to fighting. You're gonna have a misunderstanding. Somebody's gonna get hurt because they feel like you with me, you in the house with me. Why you out with somebody else? So marriage is the best alternative, and it solves a whole lot of problems. It solves the problem of raising a family. See, a woman just can't raise kids, or shouldn't have to raise kids. Let me put it that way. Because you got some women that did a great job by themselves with kids. But it's better when you have a husband that are responsible for getting these kids here, responsible for giving life to these kids. It's just right for him to be responsible and do right. And the government should not have to make you pay child support. We got this thing running now where I pay child support. They take child support out my check. I got 4 or 5 kids that I'm paying child support for. But if you were married and you had your family intact at home under your roof with you, you won't have to worry about paying child support. You know it would be your legal right and your spiritual right and obligation to take care of your kids, take care of your family. We now put our responsibility on other people. Why should another man have to be a mentor on my kid and have to stand in for me if I'm well in my body, I'm well in my mind, and I'm working and I got a job? Why should another man have to come in and take care of my 3 or 4 kids I done produced in this earth? Why should another woman have to step in and take care of your kids? You done ran off going doing your thing. You know, what's a record put out, it's your thing, do what you want to do. But it's a penalty that comes with your thing doing what you want to do. It brings a lot of hurt and hardship and bring a lot of bitterness. When you have kids and you're not married and your kids grow up without the strength of a family, bitterness set in their heart, hate set in their heart, and you have all kind of mishap take place because they growing up bitter. They growing up don't respect nothing. Because they said, well, my daddy didn't love me, my mama didn't love me, they just ran off and left me. They left me with grandmama, they left me with a stranger, they left me in an orphan home. Now I can see if you get married and you die, something happen, and you may have to have an alternative, somebody to help you. But it's best to be married. Paul styled it this way: it's better married than burned. When you in your lust, you desire a woman, you desire a man. It say it's better for you to marry. I say, well, that's just not a reason just to get married because you burning in your lust. You got to control your lust. You get married because you don't count the calls up. It's gonna take more than just sex appeal to keep a marriage strong, to keep a marriage together. It's gonna take more than oh man, she just fascinated with how I look, my body, my chest and my lip ways and my muscles. Yeah, when it come down to supporting a family, they're gonna take more than that. Uh, uh, he's so fascinated how pretty I am. But they're gonna come down to something more than that. You're gonna have to make a living, keep a roof over your head, and everybody trying to keep up with everybody else, the Jones and the Smith, trying to keep up with each other. Well, it's gonna take two people, and they're gonna take two people that love each other. People back in the old days, they understood marriage. They said, "Look, we need a wife because we want kids. We need a wife because we want to have a home, and I want a home for my wife. I want something nice for her." And what he do? He said about to get it. And you can do better. Two people can do better. Uh, Make your mind up. Because see, the devil trick you. I don't care how much you like women. You can't entertain every woman you see. I don't care how much you like men. You can't entertain every man you see. So now, what do? You get you one man, one wife, one woman, one husband, and you stick with him. You pray that God give you strength to stay together. You learn how to work out your differences. You can't go out in the bars, in the juke joints, or go out on your job and coat everybody you want to coat, and then come back home to your wife. It don't work. You may think it work. It may look like it worked for a while, but you're gonna begin to grow apart from each other. The Bible says you can't have love two masters. It says you're gonna love one and despitefully use the other one. What he's saying is one of them you're gonna really love, but the other you're gonna be playing them. You're gonna be using them for what you can get, what you want, and say you can't love two. You said, well, people used to marry in the Bible had more than one wife. Well, when I first read that, when I was a young boy, I understood in my own mind that that couldn't work. That would not be good. People say, yeah, people did good for what? Now it always have brought division because you trying to love two. You're going to love one and despitefully use the other 20 or other 200. But one of them you're going to love. Prove it. Case in point, David had 200 wives. But when he married Bathsheba, he loved Bathsheba more. She was his queen, and her son took the throne. You don't think no division was put among the other women, his other wife, his other sons, his other family? You don't think that brought a problem? He loved one, and despite he used a whole lot of them. And I knew that wasn't going to work. You had Hannah was married, Samuel's mother. Her husband had two wives, and his other wife could give him kids, and Hannah could not. And Hannah felt neglected because she couldn't give him kids. But he said, look, Hannah, I love you more. But she just couldn't see that because the other woman was meddling, was picking at her and saying, see, you ain't no woman. You can't produce, and so forth. And this made her insecure. And she began to pray to God. And God gave her son Samuel. So marriage is good, and it's good to have one husband, one wife. It's good to give your mind and your strength to one person and not play the field. When a man tell you, I love you, and we just stay together, well, he want to play the field. He don't want to be tied down to no one woman. He want to have options. But then while he have an option, you getting older, you having kids, and I don't care what we say. In a man mind, when he see a woman with 5 and 6 kids, he don't put an expiration date on her in his mind, and he look at her different. He don't look at her the same as he would if she didn't have any kids. He just look different. That's just the way men think. Is it right? No. But you the one gonna get the worst end of it because that's just the way men think. If a man gonna take your youth from you, he gonna take the best years of your life. He should sign on a dotted line. Beyonce put out a song. You need to put a ring on it. Well, that's just only common sense. If you want me, make some vows to me. Make some become obligated to me, and I become obligated to you, and we can live this life together. This ain't no time for us to be looking across the fence and making mistakes. we done started getting older.